Hello, my bullet journaling friends. I am coming to you with a weekly setup that we are going to denote as an easy, quick, probably like 10-minute setup, somewhere in there. Lately, for the last couple of weeks, let's take a look. I have been doing... I have been doing more elaborate setups because I have just been tracking all of the things and trying to get onto a good routine. This was week 1, week 2, and week 3 wasn't as much as I left a lot of space. I just never got around to doing anything there. But for the, not the last week, almost the last week in January, it is Sunday before that Monday, and so I definitely wanted to get this set up as quickly as I can so I can get planning the next week. Plus, I have bought these calligraphy pens. Ooh, I had a stamp stuck to it. Calligraphy pens that are... They're called a dual tip calligraphy pen and curve marker is what they are called. And they have different lines that they make. So 2 pens make the same mark pretty much, but one has like a smaller nib than the other. This one is more thick, all that kind of stuff. And there's even like a chisel and a brush one. So I thought at the same time, I've seen these starting to catch a little, I don't know what you want to call it, a little bit of a hype. And so I thought I would review them. I have done some swatches, let's go there, of these already. So in full kind of transparency, I was testing them out. So here they are, first time being used. I just did a real quick swatch of them. But I wanted to use them in a layout and see if they are practical. If you can get straight lines out of them, I think that is going to be the hardest thing. So I figured let's use them in this week, right? I think they'll be great for the lines. A lot of people do like the dashed type lines. So I am, let me see. I am going to use... Like I said, it's like a longer line, a short little dash, and then a longer one with the 0.5. Now, I can tell you that they're not like a micron where they are waterproof or anything like that. But I would like to test real quick a few things because... these things are quite important to me when I am using my bullet journal. So one thing I would like to test is like smudge proof. I use a Scribbles That Matter notebook, so this might be different, of course, on things. So definitely not as, not with it like right away. Smudge proof. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So pretty much giving it like 5 good seconds and they are not smudging. Now, this is the other thing. Yeah. So definitely not like water soluble. There, you do need to do, like if you're doing a highlight or a smudge or a swatch, you need to do the swatch first and go over it with the pen because it will bleed, which is anything like, I believe even, ooh, where is my marker? My paper mate flares smudge a little bit, not quite as much as that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, kind of the same. And so, and see, it's still smudging because it's not a micron. So the Tombos and everything will still smudge it. So definitely not water soluble like your microns will be. So keep that in mind. But let's set up. It is going to be just a simple setup this week. I don't believe that I need, like, I don't know. I actually will probably put a tracker still in it. So we'll definitely put meals and my habit tracker, but I'm going to try and get it done in, you know, a reasonable amount of time and show you guys that, because my biggest thing is a lot of people always say, like, I just do not have time for bullet journaling, when, yes, I do understand, like, the original setups do take a bit more time to set up, just depending. You don't have to do all of this also, but they do take, ooh, I need to fill in several spots of that. Got behind on that one. But you don't have to do these. And so, you know, a bullet journal doesn't have to take you forever. You can do just a quick monthly setup. Even if you don't use a monthly calendar, you could do, you could skip this. So if this doesn't help you and just a weekly helps you, you don't have to do all of the things. But let's get this started. So for this one, I am just going to set up 8 simple boxes. There is going to be, like, kind of almost, no, not like this. So I'm sorry, there's going to be 1 box here, 2 boxes here, 2 boxes here, and 2 boxes. So we'll get 8 boxes all together. Had to get my ish together. I'm kind of just going by the seat of my pants. I as you can see, I didn't sketch in anything for this spread, as I do sometimes just like to create in my bullet journal. So, but with that being said, normally, like, my album or my book, it does give me the halfway point, and that's pretty much what I want my one above and one below. So let's try this. So I would recommend, I have found, to get the pen started, just so you get that nice pen. And because it is my first time and I'm not quite used to it, I do think that I am going to use a ruler just to try and keep it. I don't know how that's gonna work. This is a pretty low ruler, so do I want it one inside and one outside? Okay, for this one, I'm just gonna go here. So, yep, that's not even hitting. Okay, so using a ruler is not... I'm going to use the rule of pulling towards myself as I give that tip in most places, is to create straight lines pulled towards yourself. Yeah, see, it's already made. That's my biggest, like, worry with these pens, is once you're on a crooked path, it is kind of hard to get back. On a straight path. Ooh, especially on these. Ah, see, that is what I was worried about. This is my ruler, my grid space ruler. Okay, it got a little bit better. So, all in all, so far, you know, I feel like it is what it is. I thought they would be fun. You definitely have to take the... Okay, but I am going to try and keep up with this. We are going to tackle this. Hopefully it gets better. All right, let's see here. I do feel... If you... Okay, that one didn't come out bad at all. I do feel like you just have to not be so... Alright guys, so I am going to pop over onto the voiceover, and as I went to go through and edit this, I think I just started really concentrating on the lines, and yeah, I can't obviously draw these lines and talk at the same time because I was like losing my thought and taking 10 years to say my thought process, you know, whatever. Will I be reaching for these markers or pens again? Maybe the other tip side, maybe when I need a nice fine liner. As for this side, maybe in my journaling. I'm probably in my journaling, honestly, because I don't care that much about really straight lines, and these would be good, you know, little markers for that. For my bullet journal, no, most likely not. Just because this was supposed to be definitely a quick spread. And though it will be a nice quick spread for you guys, it wasn't all that quick. It still was under a 20-minute, and that was with me. I think I ended up stopping one time and like answering my iPad or something like that. I think somebody was texting me. But yeah, that's my review on these. But I just wanted to review them and use them for the first time so that you guys knew what to expect. Okay, so I don't love it. Don't love it at all. Do I hate it? It is what it is. Like, for me, if you've been following me for any decent amount of time, you know that I don't require perfection in my bullet journal. So it's not the end of the world. I am going to make the rest of it. I'm going to make the rest of it just kind of not perfect also, because I feel like that helps a ton when you are dealing with a spread that hasn't come together like perfectly, is just to kind of make the rest of it not so perfect also, and then the imperfections do not stand out. All right, so like I just mentioned, what I am really planning on doing for this spread is kind of making it not so perfect, pretty much, so that all the other spots you don't really care about, and you just don't see a bunch of straight lines where there's a bunch of non-straight lines. So here I am just doing an outline to this January, where I had already messed this up in the beginning. I'm not sure if I left that part in. It was supposed to be JANUARA, and for me thinking, I have no idea what I was thinking, but it also should have been moved over, you know, a bunch of things. Again, I do not strive for perfection. I strive for completion, and it got done, and I ended up using the spread. And the spread actually has not come out that bad, to tell you the honest truth. So here we are using my Okay. Maybe I'm just not going to get that word out today. Furusukanuke. Nope, that's not even how you pronounce it. All right, you know what I'm talking about. Our favorite pens in the bullet journaling and, this space. And at first I had gotten a little too, I don't know, hand lettery-ish, and you'll see as I go on I kind of change my way. So here we go, more imperfections. I don't even use the same type of hand font, whatever you want to call it. I kind of go back to the font of January, which is what I wanted to start out with, and somehow Monday got away from me. Anyways, to put in those. See, I'm pointing to it right now. I'm like, yeah, Thursday through Sunday was much better than Monday through Wednesday. Just putting in my dates right here. For some reason, when I don't put dates in, it gets me all messed up. I have no idea. If you're like that, please let me know. There I am in the video saying I wish I would have moved that over, but again, oh well. I end up going and putting a habit tracker right there because I did not have space for a habit tracker, because technically that 8th box would have been my habits, and because I used so much space for January, I just didn't get one. So adding that marvelous drop shadow in an 89, I believe. Sorry, N65. And here I am just showing you guys like my line test again, of everything and how those kind of just came out. Like I said, I will probably pick these back up when I'm just having fun in my journaling portion of this spread, but most likely will not pick them up again to do this type of box. So maybe one straight line, who knows, they might come back, especially maybe as they gain popularity and some people find different things to do with them, because there is a lot more creative people out there than this woman right here. So all right, the 4 habits that we are tracking this week are going to be making my bed, drinking 60 ounces of water, doing a load of laundry, and cleaning my daily room task. So I assign a room each day, and usually it's at the bottom, as you see there, and need to get that done. And of course, just doing my habit tracker. Other than that, I do go in at the end of this video and just put in the plans that I have already made. Basketball, baseball, practices. Yeah, it's, as you can see, my monthly is quite full at the end of January. It was actually a pretty busy month for January. I didn't expect it, but my boys have baseball at least 4 times a week, if not 5, and then my little guy started up basketball again, so he has a practice and a game every week. So, I'm also transferring my meal plan into my weekly. I do this every week, mainly because it does change a little bit. So I think this week I had chicken roll-ups down, and I had already done that type thing because I don't go, it's not my Bible. So all right, well, if you thought these pens were fun, I left the link in the description below. They're not bad pens, just not for me, I don't think. But yeah, definitely hit that subscribe button if you are new, and thank you for giving me a view. Talk